just releasing the Kraken, but also, I mean, what's more impactful?
Dance with me, scene 4, take 3. Action!
My name is Blake Graham, and I got my master's in liberal studies. So Dance With Me is a short film that I wrote, and it's about this guy who is best friends with this other guy, and they grew up together, but due to unfortunate circumstances, they get separated. And the short film starts with them meeting up again for the first time in 4 years. Originally, I wrote the song Dance With Me last summer, and that brought up a lot of emotions for me. A lot of fears, I would say. I know my biggest fear is, falling in love with someone and losing them to something unfortunate like death. And I got the idea while I was actually studying abroad in Italy, what if I actually wrote about that? What if I wrote about the concept of falling in love, losing them to death, and trying to pick up the pieces afterwards. So it's kind of using my fear as the fuel for this project.
My name is Brooks Leiby. I'm a senior graphic design major at Coastal, and I was the cinematographer, co-composer, poster maker of this project. The overall challenge of filming with long takes is that you don't have the crutch of a sequence. You don't have cutaways, which in most cases are what makes a performance in a film. You have the choice to take away and add, depending on how the director chooses to cut the film, or the sequences in general. With long takes, it's all dependent on the performance and the camera operator. And with the blocking, if you miss one moment, and if it works, but if it's a complete mess up, you have to do it all over again. And that's kind of the main problem with shooting that way.
My name is Will Dinkle. I am a senior graphic design major, and I was in charge of editing and sound design for Dance With Me. Editing was a little hit or miss, being that the majority of our shots were long takes. We had about 2 long takes throughout the majority of the 15 or so minute film. And so because of that, it didn't really have too much to work with. In terms of just B-roll and whatever, but it also made it really easy because I only had a certain number of clips to choose from.
Honestly, I loved it. I love the directing process. I love the creating process. One of the biggest lessons that I learned, though, was that because I had an amazing team of people with me to share this experience with them as well. I was fortunate enough to have, Brooks Leiby and Will Dinkle on the project with me, and to be open to their ideas as well. It was just so interesting to take something that was in my head and be able to put it on paper, and then be able to read it, and then be able to find someone who can act with me with this project. It was almost, not to sound dramatic, but it was very, very much so life-changing, and I'm grateful that I had the experience of creating this capstone project. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned that this is what I want to do. It pushed me in the direction of where I knew I needed to go all along, which is the direction of a creator. And I couldn't ask for a better process.
Don't take yourself too seriously. Relax, kind of take a step back. Don't be afraid to kind of pause what you're working on for a little bit. Go walk around, take a breather, because if you're just sitting there staring at your screen for so long, you're going to end up getting overwhelmed and start panicking. But kind of take a step back, relax, look at it with a fresh set of eyes, take it piece by piece, and make sure everything flows together and works properly, and you'll all have a dandy time.
Don't be afraid to network, and don't be afraid to go outside of your comfort zone, especially for your first time directing or whatever you decide to do, especially for a capstone.
Honestly, my biggest advice would be just do it. Stop questioning yourself. It's good. It's great. Just do it. Just write it. You already have a lot of people around you that can help you out, or you can find those resources. Just do it. If you don't do it, then you will never be able to really kindle that fire within you, and changed something. There were a lot of people that responded to my short film and said that it was great and it was beautiful and brought up a lot of different themes that I didn't even mean to put into it. But it was great that it connected to so many different people. But if I didn't step out on a limb and just do it and stop questioning myself and stop rewriting and undoing and picking up different projects, and if I didn't just do it, then I don't think I would have been able to have this great experience, and I don't think I would have been able to concretely say, okay, Blake Graham from now on will be an actor, will be a director, will be a singer, everything, you know, because I've showed myself that I can do it and I have the ability to do it. So just do it.